Hello, Flosstube. My name's Shelby, and welcome to Floss and Coffee. I'm back. All right, for those of you that are new here, I'm Shelby, like I said. So glad to have you all here. And today we've got a lot to talk about. I just wanted to do a quick introduction for anyone that might be new here. It's been a hot minute since I've done a video, so I figured it'd probably be best to introduce myself. For those of you that know me already, hello again. For those of you that might be new, again, like I said, my name is Shelby. I'm the owner of Scarlet Sky Designs, or as, oh, and there's Murphy. I knew he'd be here soon. For those of you that are new, Murphy is our cat, and he gets in the videos quite a lot. But it wouldn't be a video of ours without a Murphy sighting, and he's about to come back around. So we'll see what happens. But let's move on. Otherwise, I'll never get this video done today. So here we go. Oh, thanks for showing us all your behind, Murphy. All right. So again, my name is Shelby. I'm the owner of Scarlet Sky Designs. You guys probably know me on Instagram as Scarlet Sky Designs TX and on Etsy as Scarlet Sky Designs TX. We do have some changes coming pretty soon where we've got our website coming up. And Murphy, come on, please. One day will be normal. One day. All right, moving on. So we've got lots to talk about tonight. I am going to be sharing with you all my 12 FFOs till Christmas. It's a challenge that I gave myself to get 12 of my finishes fully finished before Christmas Day. So every day leading up to Christmas Day, I did 12 different finishes, and we're just going to review those really quick. It was great fun. I hope that all of you will join me next year in it. I had a blast doing it. There were some days where I didn't think I was going to get a finish done, and yes, I see him in the background. He might fall. I might be ending this video, but moving on. So yes, there were some days where I questioned myself if I was going to get a finish done because, you know, life, things were busy, stuff going on, but I managed to do it. And I had a blast in the process of it. So tonight, I'm just gonna go ahead on and review those finishes with all of you. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. All right, we are gonna go ahead on and get started. Today, we are moving in this video. So let's go. All right, so night number 1, which was, I'm trying to think, December 12th? Yes, December 12th, because I finished on the 24th. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, December 11th. Never mind. No, 12th, 13th, December 13th. Oh my goodness, I can't count today. So December 13th, there we go, we got it now. December 13th, I started this challenge. And my first finish, if you guys can all see it here, was Flamingle Bells by Hands On Designs. I did this on 14 count ice blue Aida, and I used all the called for DMC on this one. This one is finished on our whale tail board here at Scarlet Sky Designs. And then I put a quick little bow on it I got this ribbon from Hobby Lobby when it was on sale. So this is it right here. And then that little holly piece is also from Hobby Lobby. And then the backing fabric right here, the black and white polka dots, this is, I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby. I've had this fabric for a long time. So correct me if I'm wrong, possibly Joann's, but I think this one was from Hobby Lobby as well. But that was night number 1 finish. That's Flamingle Bells, and that's from Hands On Design. And I just thought it turned out so cute. So there's night number 1, December 13th. Let me get my days right there. All right, so moving on from that, we went to night number 2. I will tell you that really quick for Flamingle Bells, I had this one in mind the whole time. I was pretty sure that this was going to be my starting piece. I had it originally on our snowman board, and I had taken it off and I put a different pattern on our snowman. So it'd kind of been hanging out and staring at me for like a year. And me going, gosh, what am I going to finish that on? I love this pattern. I just don't know what I'm going to finish it on. And then I bought this color paint, as crazy as it is. It was a miscoloring by the people at Home Depot, and I was just walking by one day and grabbed it, threw it on this board. I loved the way it looked. And then one night I was just messing around and was like, oh my gosh, those colors are almost similar. So Flamingle Bells on this board was born. And again, this was just kind of a thrown on color. It's not one that we have in our, collection of colors for Scarlet Sky. I just love the way it looked. So I threw it on there. I do that from time to time. All right, so night 2 came up and I went with Mr. Claus right here. Isn't he just the cutest? So Mr. Claus is from Stitching with the Housewives. He is on Black Aida, 14 count. Oh, and so was Flamingo Bells. That was 14 count Ice Blue Aida. So Mr. Claus is on 14 count black. I used all the called for DMC on him. And this right here is on our red primitive tag board that is in our shop. This one and our whale tail, these can come fully painted. You have options with these. You can get them unfinished, painted, stained, whichever you'd like. We've got lots of different colors, but I did Mr. Claus. I finished him on this board. The backer fabric for him is the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. The bow, oh my gosh. When I found this ribbon, I should have grabbed more of them. They had a couple more of them. I knew I should have. But this was from Hobby Lobby. I got it while it was on sale. They were having the 70, no, was it 70 yet? Maybe it was 50% off. I think they were having the 50% off sale at this point. So I grabbed some of this. I just thought it would be perfect with him. These are just those little branches from Hobby Lobby. So I put those in there. And then this tree is part of our little holiday pack of embellishments. Of course, I put some glitter on it because I love glitter. That's me. I just love glitter. So there is Mr. Claus all done up. All right. Moving on from there, we went to day number 3. This is Snowbirds right here. This is Snowbirds from Stitching with the Housewives as well. So this Snowbirds and Mr. Claus, a lot of these I had finished last year and was just holding on to him. And this was part of my whole idea of doing the 12 FFOs, is I had lots of finishes just sitting there that I needed to get done. And most of them were from Christmas because I like stitching Christmas. I could stitch Christmas all year round. Just saying, Christmas and Halloween. I love stitching Halloween too, but those are my personal preferences. And patriotic. I like patriotic too. We're going down a rabbit hole here, but as you guys can see, again, this is Snowbirds by Stitching with Housewives. I've got the Priscilla's Pretty Plaids in the back, and then I've got this right here, this little bit of trim going on, and this bow is all kinds. I went wild with the bow. Some of you might remember this bow. It was on my original chicken, and I am one of those people, I dismantle pieces. If I'm, ready for a change, I'll dismantle them, reuse them, put them on new things. Don't be afraid to change stuff. Everything has good pieces to it. Sometimes we need a change in our life. I'm all about moving stuff around. So, again, this is Snowbirds. I stitched this on 14 count Black Aida as well, called for colors. And this is just on one of our medium tobacco baskets that I stained with our Noir stain. So it's the ebony from Barissimo. Yeah, but this is the Noir stain. So if you guys see that on our website, that's what it is. It's the ebony from Barissimo is where it comes from. But listed on our site, we call it the Noir because I love color names too. And I use lots of color names on there. But this was night number 3, and oh my gosh, look at that bow. I got a little wild with all the embellishments with that one. All right. Okay, going on for there. Excuse me while I look at my notes for a second to make sure I stay on track, even though I didn't know the dates earlier. But next up was Santa's Trilogy 1. This one's by Twin Peak Primitives. He is so cute. I just adore this pattern. So this one I stitched on 14 count oatmeal. As you can see right there, you can see kind of those little bits in him. So I'm going to tell you guys when I first stitched this one, you can kind of see in here. I don't know if you can see it. I have a mistake in it. But we'll just hold him right here. That's okay. It's a small one. You can barely see it. But I missed a stitch on there and I had to go back and fix it. it still looks good to me. I just reused some of that black and white polka dot fabric. I put some more trim on the sides of him. And this guy, so you can either hang him. I didn't really hang him though. I found that even though I put this on here, I might just rip it off later. I ended up just leaning him. This is on one of our just plain rectangle boards. This is the large, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is our large rectangle board. And then, like I said, I just used this red trim right here, the black and white polka dots. And this one was so easy to finish. I love these little boards. He looks so good, but he was so easy to finish. And again, you can go ahead on and put a little string or hook on him if you want to. But now that I've used him and decorated with him, I like him as just a little leaning piece. So that's what I did. All right, moving on. Day number 5, we're getting to now. And this right here is Santa's cookies. Let me zoom in close so you can see Santa there with his little gingerbread man. Santa's cookies is also by Stitching with Housewives. This one is on 14 count ice blue Aida as well. I stitched this during the same time, pretty close to when I stitched Flamingle bells, not too far apart. And I'll just tell you, I stitched a lot of Christmas and didn't do a whole lot with it during the time. I'd finish something and just kind of throw it to the side. Similar to some of the stuff I have now. I'll get to it, don't worry. But I went ahead on him and decided it was time to finish it. So as you can see, I've got him on some red and white polka dots right here. Also some Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. This is on our Ho 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 cutting board. This is the large size. And then I just took some like red twine, looped it around. This little Happy Holidays came from, I believe Hobby Lobby is where I got these from. You know, like in those packs where they have all the little mini ornaments. This was in there. I think it was in a pack of 4 or 6. With the 50% off, it's like $1, $2. So it's getting pretty good use now. But this again is Santa's Cookies by Stitching with the Housewives on our Ho 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 paddle. And then I stained this paddle in our Harvest Brown stain. There's Murphy again. Thanks, buddy. Harvest Brown stain, if you're looking for it, I get it. Again, this one's Varathane, and it's the Early American is the name of it. So if you want to do it yourself, that's where it is. Let me swipe my page. All right, finish number 6 is, and this might be one of my favorites, just because I just love these little boards because they're so easy. But this right here is Here Comes Santa Claus. You guys can see that I was in a bit of a just roll, like with quickly stitching with the Housewives. You know, all of the tier trade tidbits that were coming out when Priscilla was putting them out. I went on a roll of stitching all of those. So you might see a few of them in here that needed to be finished. But again, Here Comes Santa Claus is this one. And this is on our Santa Claus, our blank board. This is on our small size. And there's his little hat that I painted on there. And his little, what is that, the little ball thing on Santa's hat. And then the little fur trim. What I did with that, I don't know if you can see it on there. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. But I painted it white. And then while it was still wet, I painted the red first. You can't really see it, but I didn't paint it all the way down into here because I knew I cut this the right size where you wouldn't really be able to see that bottom part of the board, but that's not painted. So I painted this close to all red. I stopped right in here and I stopped right on that ball because I didn't want the red to really bleed through, but I painted down into both of those. And then I came back over this area with the white. I just eyeballed it. I didn't use any tape or anything like that. I just eyeballed the best I could with my lines. Same thing right here with Santa's little ball thing. I'm probably not using the right terminology, but that's what I'm going to call it, his little Christmas ball. Oh, Lord, help me. But I went out on and painted those white, put some glitter on it to add a little bit of fun. Then I put this little holly leaf on here, and I added this little bit right here. It says ho, ho, ho. Some of you might have gotten a little needle minder that had the little ho, ho, ho. But that, it started off as this right here. I just randomly cut it one day and was like, what am I gonna do with these? But that's it. So here comes Santa Claus. Like I said, this is a stitching with the Housewives pattern. This one I did on 14 count Black Aida. I used all the called for DMC. And then again, this is Priscilla's Pretty Plaids in the back. Just cut to the exact size that I needed for this board to cover up the bottom part so I didn't have to paint it. There we go. Sometimes shortcuts are okay. Sometimes they are. Man, my hair has gotten really long, people. And it's a lot today. We're gonna leave it at that. My hair's a lot today. All right. Moving on from there. Yeah, see it? Woo! Got a little side pony going. All right, so this right here is Holly Tree Farm. Again, you guys know I was in a habit and a roll when I was stitching. This one's stitching with the Housewives. I had a lot that needed to be finished, a whole lot. But this one right here is on one of our new, this is the single barn door. I had cut these out a while ago. Wasn't sure yet how I was going to use them. Sometimes that's how I do it. Sometimes I'll cut something and go, what am I going to do with this? I need to be able to finish it and use it, see how it would work. And this was perfect. So it's painted black. Got a little white in the bag. You can see right there. It's got a little shiplap lines. Holly Tree Farms was stitched on black 14 count Aida. I've got Chelsea's checks in the back of there, right up here. So this little greenery stuff was actually a pick that I cut apart. And then I put a little poinsettia that I got from Hobby Lobby right in there, stuck her on there. I already had the board painted and everything like that. So this one was pretty easy. You know, a lot of the time for me was just mounting a lot of my finishes and then obviously my backer fabric. So that's what took the majority of the time. My backers were pretty fast. It was this part. If anyone wants to become like my professional mounter, please. You know what I mean. I don't know if that was the best way to phrase that. But if you'd like to become my professional mounting creator, backer, fabric, putter oner, sign up below. I'll you in a minute. All right, moving on from there. We go to finish number 8. This one is just the cutest. I adore this one. Okay, so this one right here is Use Christmas House. This one was actually stitched by one of my model stitchers, Michelle Munger. Hi, Michelle. All right, one of my faves. She knows it. My whole crew is model stitchers. I just adore them. They're amazing. So, side notes, there we go. So this is Use Christmas House. It's by Samplers and Primitives. How cute are they? Just sitting on the roof. So this was finished on 25 count natural Lugana, and all called for DMCs with this one. And then the board right here is actually reclaimed barnwood that I used. We had them in the shop and they sold out like hotcakes. So you won't see them in there if you're looking for them in our shop. I do have some more barnwood that we've been able to source that we'll have soon. So these will make a comeback. So this is just our reclaimed barnwood horn board right there. Cute little size, perfect for your taller projects versus your wider square ones. And then this right here is just some, I believe I got that at Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you guys can see them really well. The back ribbon has little snowflakes on it. Can you see them right there? Little snowflakes. And this has got a little bit of like glitter on it. And then that little poinsettia. I know I got that one from Hobby Lobby. It was actually in the scrapbook section. Sometimes I'll go in there and just get, you know, little embellishments to go on things. So there you go. There's Use Christmas House. It's so cute. I just adore it. All right. Night number 9. We're moving along here. Is a lot like Christmas. Here it is. So this is, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. This was one of those where I didn't know if I was going to finish it that night. If you go and you look at my Instagram, this one went up pretty late. Again, had the finish already done. Just had to do the backer fabric and mount this one. And then, so I have just some 5x5 boards sitting around, some of our chunky blocks. And I was like, that'll work. I had this bow right here. I had made this bow for something else, didn't use it. I was like, dang it, I'm gonna plop that thing on there. And guess what? It turned out pretty darn cute. Although this bow would look so cute on a little girl's head too. I just love this bow. I love big bows and I cannot lie. I know you all can't deny. Okay, moving on from my really bad remembering of wraps, but it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Again, this one is by Stitching with Housewives. I stitched it on 14 count Black Aida with all called for DMC. And this ribbon, I think I got it from, now I could be wrong on this. Murphy's driving me nuts on the side. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Murphy, that's plastic. He loves plastic. Murphy, hold on. Murphy, stop. Come here. And we're back. All right. I think I got this from a local place here in town called Wreaths by Mary, but there's a chance that I got it a while ago from Hobby Lobby as well. So I just know I haven't seen it in a long time, and my cat's driving me nuts right now. Hold on. Murphy, get out of the plastic, buddy. Come here. Hi, Murphy. All right, we're back now. Okay, moving on. Night number 10, we're almost there, is Merry and Bright. Notice the same theme here of what I had that needed to be finished. Hold on again. Sorry about that. Murphy wants what Murphy gets. Okay. And we're back again. So, as I was saying, night number 10, or finish number 10, was Merry and Bright. Again, you know the theme of what I had left to be finished. This is by Stitching with the Housewives. It's 14 count. This is on light blue Aida though. And the bow right here. It's another one that I hadn't used yet. Threw some greenery into it. If I remember, these were like little, it's actually holly leaves that are in there. I cut them apart and put them in here instead. This is our primitive cupboard that we have in the shop. This is in our green color. This is more of a primitive look versus what you guys know is like our Christmas green. That's a little bit deeper, almost like a hunter green instead. This one is more green. That's probably not a good way to put it, but how about not spring green, but like a grass green instead. So this is Merry and Bright. I think it looks really cute. But again, this one's got the Priscilla's, not Priscilla's Pretty Plaids, Chelsea's checks in the background. Got a little bow that matches it. There's little holly leaves in there. And that was night number 10. I told you guys I'm a little rusty, but we're moving through. 2 nights left. We got this. Okay. Finish number 11. One of my favorites of the whole thing. This one I was so excited about. This right here is Sleigh Bells Ring. This is by Cherry Hill Stitchery. It is stitched on 14 count ivory Aida. It is just the cutest pattern ever. I loved stitching this pattern. I mean, is it not the cutest and perfect for Christmas? I used all the called pretty much on every single one of these. Well, yes, on every single one of these. I used all the called for Aida on them. This one is like our single, if you guys remember the Holly Tree Farm. This is the double version of our barn door backer. This one I painted red, distressed it a little bit, and then I painted this top piece white. You can see on the side, it's just 2 pieces glued together. The bow is actually a repurposed bow. I had it on something else. I can't remember what I had it on. But repurposed bow, changed it to Christmas instead. Like I said, I like to change things up. You might see me use something I've had before here, there, and everywhere just because I like a little bit of change sometimes. Sometimes you need it. Now, there are certain ones that I'll never change. I'll keep them as they are, but I do like to make some changes sometimes. Again, this one right here is on Chelsea's checks and the cute little red and white pattern. I just love how this one all came together. Again, one of my favorites. Can you see it all right there? One of my favorites of the entire 12 FFOs Till Christmas. I just love it. All right. And our last night, night number 12. I think not only was this my favorite of all of it, there we go. I think it was a lot of your favorites too, or a favorite of all of you. I got so many messages on this board. It's not one I had planned on putting out yet. I'd actually planned on putting it out next year. I was going to wait on this one and I was going to put it out next year instead. But I went ahead on after, all of the messages and comments I got. I went ahead on and decided that I would put this one out ahead of time. So it's already in the shop, but this one right here is Silent Night. It just came out so well. Silent Night is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. This again was stitched by one of my model stitchers, Michelle Munger. Thank you again, Michelle. You guys, I can't tell you, her stitching and then my other two model stitchers, impeccable stitchers. And so fast. I don't know how they do it. Their stitches are all beautiful. They're all perfect. And here I am trying to stitch my way through a paper bag, basically some nights, because sometimes I pay a little more attention to what's on, the TV or the book I'm listening to, and I miscount stitches sometimes. You guys have seen it. I try my best though. I am getting much better in terms of paying attention to my stitches versus other things, but I had to do some pulling up some stitches again today. So I'm quite the good frogger, if I say so myself. I'm a pretty good at frogging. But moving on. Again, let's get that glue off there. This is Silent Night. Again, this is by Primrose Cottage Stitches, stitched by Michelle Munger, and this is on our Nativity backer board. This is now in the shop. This is our large size for the Nativity backer. I adore this pattern. I adore this finish. Again, by far one of my favorite finishes. It's stitched on 28 count white even weave, and then it's all called for DMC. And then right here, this is the Chelsea's checks in that kind of yellowish color. I think with the hay and then this and then the star, I think that just kind of brought everything together in this one. There you go. Is that a little bit easier to see? If you guys can't tell, for those of you that are returners, I'm in a new location. As I trail off from this really quick, I'll go into more detail in our next video, but I've switched to a new location. I'm now in my own craft room and craft space, and I got some new lights, and I can't figure out yet how to change the color too much. So if it's a little washed out, I apologize. But you can see all these on Instagram as the real color. So I will get the lighting down, I promise. But I just absolutely love being in my new space. Thank you so much for my husband for helping me get it all set up. We're in the process, as you can see in my background, of switching from winter, which we're still in winter. Ignore that little Santa right there. Hey! Now we're all winter. And transitioning into spring, if you can see behind me. A little bit of spring back there. And then some stitching stuff, because who doesn't love to have stitchy things behind them? I get on tangents. Okay, but here's Silent Night. Again, this one is by Primrose Cottage Stitches. It was stitched by my wonderful model stitcher, Michelle Munger. And then it's finished on our Nativity backer board. And it was just perfect. It was the perfect way to end the 12 FFOs of Christmas, or till Christmas. It was just perfect for Christmas Eve night when I put it out there. We had a wonderful Christmas Eve. I hope you all and your families did as well. I'm so glad to be back. So glad to have you all with me. I'm excited for this year. Like I said, we've got some changes coming, lots of good ones. I'm hoping that you will see more and more of me. That is one of my goals that I put forward in 2023, is to make sure that I'm on Flosstube and I'm shooting my Flosstubes. I love doing them. I hope you guys love watching them and enjoy them. Thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me for a little bit, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, before we leave, one quick thing. So what I'm going to do, instead of giveaways this week, I'm actually going to give you guys a code that you can use in our shop for 10% off from starting tomorrow, Tuesday. What is that? 12/25? Is that 12/25? 12/25. Yes. So tomorrow, Tuesday, 12/25/23, up until next week on, what is next week's date? Hold on. Let me see. I don't know. Up until next Tuesday. Let me see if I can find a calendar really quick on this. Thank goodness I had my iPad right here so I could look at dates. So next Tuesday, yeah, I got it. Apple, hold on. Allow while using. Next Tuesday, we'll have this code available for an entire week. So starting tomorrow, I know that's a Wednesday, the 25th, but this will go all the way until the midnight time. So starting tomorrow, 1/25/23, up until Tuesday, 1/31/23 at 11:59 p.m. If you use the code Welcome Back 23, you can get 10% off your order at Scarlet Sky Designs. Again, as always, thank you all for being here. Do you have any questions or anything like that? Feel free to message me below, send me a message on Instagram. You can email me. You can always message me on Etsy as well. Those messages come directly to me. I see them right away. They ping on my phone. So if you ever need me right away for anything, email me on Etsy. I try to get back as fast as I can on those. Every once in a while, because I work during the day, I can't answer right away. But please, please, please feel free to message me. Instagram, email, Etsy, comments on here. I do read all the comments, so please feel free to leave some. Again, thank you all here for joining me. I'm so glad to be back. I'm looking forward to many, many floss tubes in our future. Bye, you guys. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next time.